Hello YouTube, this Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Time again for another knife of the day. Oh, I got a package of Spyderco knives. Oh, they are so wonderful. Today the knife of the day is the brand new Spyderco SpyOpera. SpyOpera with Bowler M390 steel and wonderful, these beautiful McCarta scales. It's a collaboration between Spyderco and Lion Steel. And Lion Steel did the manufacturing for Spyderco out of Italy, where Lion Steel is based. So this was made in Italy. Great M390 steel. Of course, we talk about M390 a lot. It's being used a lot in a lot of knives. Great edge retention. You can cut and cut and cut and cut. Wear resistance is great as well. And it doesn't have some of the sharpening problems that some of these other super steels have. Wonderful steel. This is a full flat ground blade as well. Drop point, but flat ground blade. I didn't expect it to be this small. I don't know. When I see it in the catalogs, for some reason, I mean, they have the measurements right there. But for some reason, I always think they're bigger. This is a smaller blade, smaller knife. More of a gentleman's folder, really. Of course, it has that great super steel, full flat ground. The blade, and remember, you measure the blade by the top of the scales and the tip of the blade. 2.9 inches, a little less than 2.9 inches, and the edge a little less than a little more than 2.7 inches. So it's under that 3-inch arbitrary length that some people in some places in the U.S. have a problem with. 3 inches and above. This is below that. The entire length is just 6.9 inches from tip to bottom. And the weight, listen to this. Now this is with full tie liners, stainless steel back spacer, 2.7 ounces. Yeah, it's nice and light. It really I just picked this up. It just came to me 10 minutes ago. I clipped it into my pocket because I had my hands full. And let me just say something. It just disappears. Okay? And that's with old man shorts. It just disappears in your pocket. Oh, man, it's a class act for sure. I have to admit, and you guys know I'm a huge Spyderco fan, huge. And Spyderco really is built on, I know it started as a sharpening company and all of that, the history of it, but it's built on that one hand opener with that Spidey hole. It's when you get to these smaller knives, that Spidey hole that jets out kind of gets me. You know, with the profile there, because it jets out so much. Now, Spyderco has done one of my top favorite knives is the Spyderco Air by Bradley. And again, it's this small gentleman's folder. It's air. It feels like air. But it has a lower profile with the hole. And you can do lower profile, but when you do it, to give you access to the hole, they scoop out the scale and the liners around right here. So, you know, you have room to get your thumb in. So they made that decision. I'll tell you though, it's Spyderco. So you're going to get the hole. And it's great that I don't have a nail nick I need a nail nick to open it. So it is, the action is smooth as silk. It does have a back lock. I never have a problem with a back lock. I know some people do. And it's a smooth back lock. Now, this doesn't have a lot of room. I always get scared of getting bit by back locks. That's why you see me, especially Spyderco back locks, because they're so smooth. So that's why you see me a lot. I do this, right? To close. Hey, I'm an old man. I don't have to flip open my knife or close it fast. All right. But when it gets to a back lock, I do it this way. But obviously, look, back lock, I'm putting it up here so my finger doesn't get bit. It just falls. Back lock, it just falls. Okay. The D10 is perfect on it. I usually don't do the lineup, but it's perfect. Everything about the production of this is wonderful. I want to talk a little bit about that because it is made in Italy by Lion Steel. Now, great blade, wonderful design. This is taken from a Lion Steel design, designed by a knife maker that they only call Max. So Max the knife maker, and it was one of the best sellers from Lion Steel. So Spyderco wanted to put out a collaboration. But look at these scales. I have to admit, I love micarta. I'm a micarta fan. I like it. I think it gives this luxurious feel to it, and this micarta is luxurious. It also gives, to me, okay? Remember, guys, a lot of this is subjective. Some people want to argue my opinion. This is my opinion. I love when you tell me your opinion, though. I really do. But this has, it also gives like an older feel to it for me. Yeah, for some reason when it has micarta on it, I get nostalgic. I mean, it makes it feel like, oh, this is a older knife that I just hadn't found yet. Just really brown canvas micarta. Little different than like the micarta, not a little different, but the treatment is a little different. If you've ever felt the micarta on a shaman, for instance, where, it's less treated. It seems, it's not raw, but it seems raw. You feel it. Here, it has a coating. You can kind of see how it shines. It's not a heavy coating, but it's super smooth. It keeps you from doing what I've already almost done with the shaman, mess up that micarta. But it's a real nice, beautiful scales. Again, backlock, super smooth, and Spyderco backlocks, very strong. Full tie liners. It's interesting, Usually I use Blade HQ because they have these great descriptions and all the stats and stuff. Blade HQ said stainless steel liners, but the paperwork, and you can tell now, those are from Spyderco, full tie liners. Full tie liners. They're skeletonized, but not a bunch. I don't know if you can see in there, probably not. But they're just two little holes skeletonized, just two round holes. I guess, at 2.7 ounces, they weren't that worried about the weight. Now, where Blade HQ probably got it wrong is, here's the lanyard hole, and it's connected to the back spacer. That is, the back spacer is stainless steel. And of course, the deep carry wire clip. Thank you, Spyderco. Perfect for a light knife like this. I think, if I'm not, I glanced at the Lion Steel, a picture of it. I don't think the Lion Steel even had a clip. I'm not sure. But I love that Spyderco has the deep carry wire clip for this. It's light. It's nice. It's good on this classy thing. It is only right hand tip up carry. Only right hand tip up carry. Of course, this is a back lock, so it's equal right hand and left hand. That hole, right hand or left hand, that's one of the advantages of not having it scooped on the bottom instead of having the bubble. Because the one thing I love about the Air, because I'm right-handed, is that low profile and they have the scoop. But if you're left-handed and you turned it around, you can't access that scoop or that hole. In this case, you can access it. But of course, you won't have access to that clip. But it's so small. And again, the original didn't even have a clip. Just a really nice knife. Better than I expected. I have to admit, better than I expected. It's the brand new Spyderco gentleman's folder. I'm going to call it Spyderco SpyOpera with Bola M390 steel and this wonderful brown canvas micarta scales. All these scales are just unbelievable. When I say it's small, I only brought out the Para 3, which is a tad bigger, and the Delica. There's a lot of knives to compare new knives to, but I usually bring out the knives that most of you are familiar with. Even if you don't own them, you've seen them enough, right? But you can see this is a smaller, really thinner knife than both of them. But that micarta scales just sets it apart. A very nice knife. The knife of the day. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notifications. Remember, Spyderco has a bunch of new knives coming out, and I try to rush them to you as soon as I get them, so you get a chance to see them here. I appreciate all of you. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, and here's the most important thing I'd like you to do. Take care of yourselves, okay? Stay healthy, stay safe, and just take care of yourselves. I appreciate all of you. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.